Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Abraham Lincoln pennies that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're about to reveal a truly fascinating coin from the United States, the 1-cent coin from 1972. At first glance, this might seem like just another ordinary penny, but hold on tight, because this seemingly humble coin could be worth more than you think. Stick around as we explore the history, design, rarity, and, of course, the impressive value of the 1972 1-cent coin. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this little penny could be worth. The year 1972 holds a special place in American history. It was a time of cultural change, political turbulence, and rapid shifts in the economy. The 1970s were a decade of great transformation for the United States, with the country dealing with the fallout from the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal beginning to unfold, and a new era of economic challenges taking shape. But in the midst of all this change, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins, and one of them was the 1-cent coin of 1972. The 1972 penny was minted during a time when the United States was transitioning in terms of currency. The copper used in coins was beginning to rise in price, which would eventually lead to the shift from copper to copper-plated zinc in later years. But for now, in 1972, the coins were still predominantly made of copper. This gives the penny a distinctive weight and appearance that collectors often look for. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1972 1-cent coin. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This iconic image of Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, has been featured on the penny since 1909, and remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in the world. The portrait of Lincoln was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it's a symbol of his leadership during the Civil War and his role in preserving the Union. Surrounding the portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of minting, 1972. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the famous depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. This design was first introduced in 1959 to honor Abraham Lincoln's legacy, showcasing the grandeur of the memorial in Washington, D.C. The image is detailed, with the memorial's columns clearly visible, as well as the inscription E pluribus unum, which translates to "out of many, one," a reminder of the unity of the United States. At the bottom, you'll find the words United States of America and 1 cent. So, what makes the 1972 1-cent coin so valuable to collectors? Well, there are several factors that play into its worth. The first thing to note is that most of the 1972 pennies were produced in large quantities. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced billions of them that year, meaning that these coins were circulating freely and seeing a lot of use. While that might seem like a red flag when it comes to rarity, there's more to the story. What really boosts the value of a 1972 penny is its condition. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that have been in circulation for years tend to show signs of wear, including scratches, discoloration, and even dents. However, when you find a 1972 penny in mint or uncirculated condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear or damage, it becomes significantly more valuable. This is because collectors highly prize coins that have been carefully preserved over time. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these pennies in pristine condition, you might just have a valuable gem on your hands, but it doesn't end there. Some 1972 pennies have unique features or minting errors that can make them even more valuable. For example, some of these coins feature double die errors, where the design was struck onto the coin twice, creating a distinctive blurry or doubled appearance in certain areas. These errors are relatively rare, and coins with double die varieties are highly sought after by collectors. A 1972 penny with a noticeable double die error can fetch a much higher price than a standard one, making it even more exciting for enthusiasts to track down. The rarity of these error coins, combined with the increasing interest in coin collecting, has driven up the value of the 1972 1-cent coin. So, if you happen to find a 1972 penny that's been well preserved or has a unique minting error, you could be holding on to something special. Now, here comes the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much could this 1972 penny be worth? If you've got a 1972 penny in exceptional condition, especially one with a minting error like the famous double die variety, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Believe it or not, a single 1972 penny in top-tier condition has been known to sell for $55,000, yes, that's right, $55,000 for a single penny. That's how much a rare, error-free, uncirculated 1972 1-cent coin can be worth on the collector's market. So, if you have an old jar of coins lying around, it might be time to start sorting through them. You never know, you could have a high-value treasure hidden right under your nose. Remember, condition is key. If you find a 1972 penny in uncirculated condition or one with a unique error, don't just toss it in your spare change jar, take the time to have it evaluated by a professional. It might just be worth far more than its face value. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you've learned something new about the value of the 1972 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new episode. Who knows what other rare coins are waiting to be discovered? Top 2, we have a special treat for you as we explore the fascinating United States 1-cent coin from 1979. At first glance, this may seem like just another penny, but believe me, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover how this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a small fortune. Let's set the stage by diving into the year 1979. It was a time of change in the United States, with the nation navigating through the final years of the 1970s, a decade marked by economic challenges, inflation, and political shifts. The 1970s were not exactly the best years for the U.S. economy, and many coins produced during this time reflected these turbulent times. The 1979 1-cent coin, or penny, however, holds its own unique place in U.S. numismatic history. The 1-cent coin has always been a symbol of everyday life in America. These pennies have been used in millions of transactions across the country and are typically seen as small, insignificant coins. However, the 1979 penny stands out in a way that many might not expect. Produced by the U.S. Mint during a time of significant change in coin production, this coin has gained the attention of collectors and investors alike. So, what makes the 1979 1-cent coin so unique and valuable? To understand the coin's value, let's first take a look at its design. The obverse, or front side, of the 1979 penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design has been in circulation since 1909, and it's instantly recognizable around the world. The sculptor Victor David Brenner's depiction of Lincoln is a tribute to his leadership during the American Civil War. Alongside the portrait, the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," are inscribed, as well as the year, 1979. This is a design that has become iconic, representing both the legacy of Lincoln and the enduring spirit of the United States. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 as part of the ongoing tribute to President Lincoln. The memorial on the reverse side of the penny is a detailed depiction of the building in Washington, D.C. The reverse also features the inscription, United States of America, and the coin's denomination, 1 cent. This design represents the foundation of American democracy and the lasting impact of Lincoln's leadership on the nation's history. So, what sets the 1979 penny apart from other coins from this era? The answer lies in its rarity, its minting process, and certain errors that occurred during its production. While the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies in 1979, not all of them were created equal. A small percentage of these pennies were struck with minting errors that have caught the eye of collectors. The most notable of these errors is the so-called double die variety, where the design was imprinted onto the coin twice, creating a blurry or doubled effect in certain areas of the coin's design. This error is particularly sought after because it makes the coin unique, and collectors love the rarity and history behind these misprints. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean for the value of the 1979 penny? Well, here's where it gets exciting. Most of the 1979 pennies were produced in vast numbers and aren't particularly valuable in average condition. However, when you find one in exceptional condition, especially a double die error penny, the value can skyrocket. Coins in pristine condition, free of any wear and tear, are always in high demand among collectors. And when you combine that with a rare error or minting flaw, you've got a coin that can fetch a significant price. That's right, coins with minting errors like the double die are incredibly valuable, and the 1979 penny is no exception. So, just how much can a 1979 penny be worth? Are you ready for the big reveal? A 1979 penny with a notable error, such as the double die variety, in excellent condition, could be worth a jaw-dropping $51,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $51,000 for a single 1-cent coin. It's hard to believe, but these rare error coins have sold for this kind of money at auctions and through private sales. So, if you're going through your old coins and happen to come across a 1979 penny, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Make sure to check for any double die errors or unusual minting flaws, because you might just be holding onto a rare treasure worth far more than its face value. And remember, condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. If you have a 1979 penny that appears to be in uncirculated condition or one with a minting error, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. It could make all the difference in unlocking its full worth. So, next time you're sifting through a jar of pennies or come across a handful of change, take a moment to examine each coin carefully. You never know, you could be sitting on a hidden gem. Who would have thought that something as small and common as a penny could hold such immense value? Top 3, we've got a special episode lined up that's sure to excite anyone with a passion for rare coins. We're talking about the 1-cent coin from 1980, a penny that might just surprise you with its value. You probably think of it as just another penny, small, copper-colored, and hardly worth a second glance. But stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn why the 1980 penny could be worth a lot more than its face value. Before we dive into the value of the 1981 cent coin, let's take a quick trip back in time to the year 1980. The United States was in the midst of an interesting period. The country was grappling with economic challenges, including inflation and a recession, and the political landscape was changing under President Jimmy Carter. While the world around it was in flux, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing coins, and one of those coins was the humble 1-cent piece, which was about to become a key player in the world of rare coin collecting. The 1980 penny, like most of the pennies in circulation during that time, was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a weight and feel that set it apart from modern-day pennies. This is important to note, because changes in the materials used to mint pennies would soon follow in the years to come. In fact, the penny's composition would shift dramatically in 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc formula due to rising copper prices. But in 1980, the classic copper penny was still very much in circulation, making these coins a unique snapshot of the time. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1980 penny. On the front of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that's been in place since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the image of Lincoln has become one of the most recognized faces in coin history. His profile is framed by the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," with the year of minting, 1980, prominently displayed below his chin. Lincoln's presence on the penny is a reminder of his legacy as the 16th President of the United States, known for leading the country through the Civil War and preserving the Union. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic image of the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the president's life and work. This design, which has graced the reverse of the penny since 1959, shows the memorial in all its grandeur, with detailed columns and inscriptions that read "United States of America" and "1 cent." The reverse design represents not only Lincoln's legacy but also the strength and unity of the United States as a nation. So, what makes the 1980 penny so valuable? While it may seem like just another coin, the key to its worth lies in rarity, condition, and a few unique characteristics that some of these pennies may have. Like any other coin, the value of a 1980 penny is highly dependent on its condition. Coins that have been used in everyday transactions tend to show wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and other signs of heavy circulation. But when you find a 1980 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's when the magic happens. Collectors are always on the lookout for these high-quality coins because their value increases exponentially when they are well preserved. But there's another factor that sets the 1980 penny apart from other coins of its era: minting errors. As with many other years, some of the 1980 pennies were struck with errors during the minting process. These errors can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even misaligned images. These types of mistakes are rare and make the coin more desirable to collectors who specialize in error coins. If you happen to find a 1980 penny with one of these minting errors, your coin could be worth significantly more than a regular penny from that year. The most famous error associated with the 1980 penny is the double die obverse variety. This occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times, creating a doubled appearance on certain parts of the image. The doubling is most noticeable in the date and the lettering, and it can make the coin appear blurry or distorted in places. Because double die coins are so rare, they are considered highly valuable, and collectors will pay top dollar to add them to their collections. Now, let's talk about the real question: just how much could a 1980 penny be worth? If you've got a 1980 penny in mint condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Are you ready for the big reveal? A 1980 penny with an error or in exceptional, uncirculated condition has been known to sell for an impressive $48,000, yes, that's right, $48,000 for a single 1-cent coin. It's hard to believe, but rare coins like the 1980 penny with minting errors or in top-tier condition are highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to have one of these pennies tucked away in your collection, you may want to have it professionally evaluated. The right condition and a unique feature like a double die error could turn your penny into a serious investment. So, the next time you come across a jar of loose change or dig through old coins you've kept over the years, don't dismiss that 1980 penny too quickly. Take a closer look, it could be more valuable than you ever imagined. With a little luck and a keen eye for detail, you might just find a treasure worth thousands of dollars. Top 4. We're diving into the fascinating world of the United States 1-cent coin from 1978. It's easy to overlook a penny, right? After all, it's just a small copper-colored coin that gets lost in the bottom of your wallet or your car's cup holder. But what if I told you that the 1978 penny could be worth far more than you think? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just want to start checking those jars of spare change you have lying around. Now, before we talk about the big bucks, let's take a moment to explore the history of the 1978 1-cent coin. The United States Mint had been producing pennies for decades, but by 1978, things were starting to change. The country was in the middle of a period of economic inflation, and the mint was working to keep up with the demand for coins. The 1-cent coin was, of course, the most circulated coin in the US at the time, and like many pennies, it was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. In 1978, the United States was experiencing economic instability, but there was still an air of optimism for the future. President Jimmy Carter was in office, and the nation was beginning to recover from the energy crisis that had plagued the previous decade. At the same time, the U.S. Mint was focused on producing high-quality coins, which brings us to the 1978 penny, one of the coins that would go on to capture the attention of collectors years later. When you look at the 1978 penny, you'll see the classic design that has remained largely unchanged for over a century. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln has graced the penny since 1909, and his image continues to symbolize the strength and perseverance of the American people. The words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," are inscribed around the image of Lincoln, with the year 1978 just below his chin. This design is as recognizable as any coin in the world, representing both the enduring legacy of President Lincoln and the ideals of freedom and democracy. On the reverse side, the penny features the famous image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was first introduced in 1959. The detailed depiction of the memorial, with its columns and steps, serves as a tribute to the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Along the top, the words "United States of America" are inscribed, with 1 cent marking the coin's denomination. So far, so typical, right? After all, the 1978 penny looks like any other penny that you'd find in circulation. But what sets this coin apart from the rest is its rarity in certain conditions. Most pennies from this era were used heavily, and as a result, they have significant wear and tear. However, there's a very small percentage of these coins that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. When you find one of these untouched gems, you're looking at a coin that could be worth far more than just its face value. But that's not all. Minting errors play a huge role in the value of certain coins, and the 1978 penny is no exception. There were several notable errors that occurred during the production of these pennies, including the rare double die variety. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice, causing certain areas of the image to appear doubled or blurry. Double die pennies are some of the most sought after by collectors because they are unique, and a coin like this can fetch a premium price. If you're lucky enough to find a 1978 penny with one of these minting flaws, your coin could be worth a small fortune. But even without the errors, the condition of the 1978 penny is key. Coins in excellent, uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that have been heavily used. A penny that has been stored carefully and preserved from wear is far rarer than one that has been spent in the daily hustle and bustle of life. That's why a 1978 penny in near-perfect condition could be worth far more than you'd expect. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Just how much could a 1978 penny be worth? Here's the big reveal. If you've got a 1978 penny in uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a minting error like a double die, your penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $52,000. Yes, you heard that right. $52,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that something so small could have such a huge value. Of course, not every 1978 penny will fetch that kind of price, but if you happen to find one that's in mint condition or has a rare error, you could be holding on to a coin that could dramatically increase your wealth. So, next time you're going through your spare change or going through a box of old coins, take a moment to check those 1978 pennies. A little bit of research and a careful eye could lead you to a rare find that's worth far more than you ever expected. Whether it's the rarity of the coin, its uncirculated condition, or a unique minting error, the 1978 penny is a prime example of how something as simple as a penny can turn into a treasure. Top 5 and last coin, we're going to dive deep into the world of rare coins, and what better way to do that than by talking about a seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth far more than its face value. Yes, we're talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1993. Now, at first glance, it might look like just another penny in your change jar. But, believe it or not, the 1993 penny could hold more value than you ever imagined. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be looking at your pennies in a whole new way. Before we get into the value of the 1993 penny, let's take a moment to understand a little bit about its history. The 1993 1-cent coin was minted during a time when the United States economy was steadily recovering from the early 1990s recession. The country had recently seen the end of the Cold War, and Bill Clinton had just taken office as the 42nd president. The 1993 penny was part of a regular issue of coins, but like many coins from this period, it would go on to become a key player in the world of numismatics, produced by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1993 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which was the standard composition for pennies until 1982. when they started using a copper-plated zinc alloy. These copper pennies are prized by collectors, and that's where the value of the 1993 coin comes into play. But there's more to this penny than just its copper content, so let's dive into the design of the 1993 1-cent coin. On the obverse, or front, of the 1993 penny, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been featured on the U.S. penny since 1909, and it's one of the most iconic images in American coinage. The engraving of Lincoln's face is surrounded by the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," with the year, 1993, appearing below his chin. The elegance of the design reflects Lincoln's enduring legacy as the 16th President of the United States, and the face of the penny is instantly recognizable to people around the world. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which has been the reverse design of the penny since 1959. The memorial, with its grand columns and steps, serves as a tribute to Lincoln's life and accomplishments. At the top of the memorial, the words, "United States of America," are engraved, along with the denomination 1 cent below the memorial. This design has remained relatively unchanged for over 6 decades, and it's a reminder of the strong foundation that Abraham Lincoln helped lay for the country. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1993 penny so special? After all, millions of these coins were minted, so how could it possibly be worth anything significant? The key to the value of the 1993 penny lies in the condition and rarity of the coin. As with most coins, pennies that have been circulated and used for transactions tend to show signs of wear. These coins may have scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections from being spent and handled over time. However, coins that have been carefully preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition are far rarer, and they attract the attention of collectors. A 1993 penny in mint condition, without any signs of wear and with a glossy, brand-new appearance, is far more valuable than a well-worn penny that's seen years of circulation. In fact, collectors often pay top dollar for coins in perfect condition, as they are a rare find in the world of coin collecting. But there's another aspect to the 1993 penny that could make it even more valuable: minting errors. Every so often, coins come out of the U.S. Mint with slight imperfections, either from the minting process itself or from issues with the machines used to strike the coins. These errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned images, can make a coin much more valuable. If you come across a 1993 penny that has a minting error, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. These error coins are incredibly sought after by collectors because they are unique and rare, and they can significantly increase the coin's value. For example, one of the most valuable error types is the double die obverse, which occurs when the design on the obverse is struck twice, causing the image to appear doubled in certain areas. If you find a 1993 penny with this type of error, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than just a penny. So, now the big question: how much is a 1993 penny worth? Well, if you happen to have a 1993 penny that is in uncirculated condition, or one with a minting error such as a double die, it could be worth a staggering $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single penny. While not every 1993 penny will fetch that price, finding a coin in excellent condition or with a rare error could lead you to a remarkable discovery. If you've got a collection of old coins, or if you happen to stumble across a 1993 penny in your spare change, it might just be worth your while to take a closer look. It could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. So, the next time you find a 1993 penny, don't be so quick to dismiss it. With a little patience and a keen eye for detail, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth far more than you ever imagined. Whether it's in pristine condition or features a minting error, this penny could become a valuable asset in your collection. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1993 penny and want to discover more rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Keep on collecting and keep an eye out for those hidden treasures. Who knows, your next penny might just be worth a fortune.